the tomb of China's first emperor. History is often unearthed by design, the result of meticulous planning and patient excavation. But sometimes, it is stumbled upon by sheer chance, forever altering our understanding of the past. In 1974, in the ordinary lush plains of Shaanxi Province, China, a group of local villagers were not searching for history. They were searching for water. As their drill bit deeper into the arid earth, it struck something hard. Not stone, but something else. What they would uncover would become one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time. Just over a kilometer from a large, man-made hill known for centuries to be the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, China's first emperor, an entire army lay waiting in silent, subterranean battle formation. More than 8,000 life-size statues of soldiers, archers, and cavalrymen, each one a unique, hand-sculpted individual. This was the legendary Terracotta Army, a force created to guard an emperor in the afterlife. But this incredible army is just the beginning of the story. It is the sentinel to a far greater mystery, a mystery that lies sealed within the heart of the nearby mound, the tomb of the emperor himself. A tomb that has been untouched for over 2 millennia, protected by legends of deadly traps and rivers of poison. Tonight, we seek to understand the man who built this silent empire and ask the question, what secrets does the forbidden tomb of Qin Shi Huang still hold? To comprehend the sheer scale of this tomb, we must first understand the man who commissioned it. Born in a time of relentless conflict known as the Warring States period, Zheng, the man who would become Qin Shi Huang, was a visionary and a tyrant. He ascended the throne of the Qin state and embarked on a brutal, brilliant campaign of conquest, unifying China for the first time in its history in 221 BC. Historian Dr. Li Mei said, Qin Shi Huang was an absolute revolutionary. He standardized everything from weights and measures to the width of cart axles. He created a unified empire out of chaos. But this unification came at a tremendous cost. It was built on the blood of his enemies and the sweat of his people. The emperor's ambition was not limited to the mortal world. Having conquered the known world, he sought to conquer death itself. His reign became a frantic search for the elixir of life, sending expeditions to the far reaches of his empire and beyond. But as his search for immortality faltered, he embarked on a parallel project of unprecedented scale, the construction of his own eternal kingdom. A tomb so vast it was a city of the dead. Work on his mausoleum began almost as soon as he became emperor, a project that would span 38 years and involve over 700,000 laborers. The Terracotta Army is the most famous component of this vast necropolis. It is a breathtaking testament to the artistry and organizational power of the Qin dynasty. Each of the over 8,000 soldiers is life-sized and intricately detailed. No two faces are alike. They are portraits of the real men who formed the emperor's armies. Archaeologist Dr. James Carter said also, "What's truly astonishing is the level of craftsmanship. To create these figures, the artisans needed sophisticated kilns capable of reaching temperatures over 1,000 degrees Celsius. These weren't just mass-produced statues, they were individual works of art. Alongside the soldiers stand their mounts. Over 520 statues of horses have been unearthed, alongside more than 130 chariots. Originally, this silent army was not a drab gray. When first excavated, traces of brilliant pigments revealed that the army was once painted in dazzling colors. But exposure to the dry air of Xi'an caused the ancient lacquer to curl and flake away in minutes, a tragic loss of priceless information. Perhaps even more remarkable than their artistry are their weapons. The weapons carried by the terracotta soldiers were not replicas. They were the real, deadly instruments of war. Many of the bronze swords, after being buried for 2 millennia, were still astonishingly sharp. Scientific analysis revealed a thin, protective layer of chromium oxide on their surfaces. This was a form of chromate conversion coating, a technology that was believed to have been invented in Germany in the early 20th century. Yet here it was in an ancient Chinese tomb. For all the grandeur of the Terracotta Army, it is merely the outer guard. The ultimate prize, the emperor's final resting place, lies sealed beneath this enormous, man-made pyramid. Our only description of what lies inside comes from the Shiji, or records of the Grand Historian, written a century after the emperor's death by Sima Qian. Historian Dr. Li Mei also said, "For centuries, many believed Sima Qian's account was pure fantasy. A map of the empire with flowing mercury rivers? Sounded like mythology." But the discovery of the Terracotta Army, which is also mentioned in his writings, forced everyone to reconsider. What if the rest of his description is also true? The legend of the Mercury Rivers is the primary reason why the tomb of Qin Shi Huang remains sealed. The risks of a massive release of toxic mercury vapor are too great. But is the legend true? In the 1980s, scientific surveys of the soil on the tomb mound revealed mercury concentrations far higher than the surrounding area. The patterns of these high concentrations roughly matched the layout of the rivers on a map of the Qin Empire. Archaeologist Dr. James Carter also said, "The scientific data strongly suggests that there is a massive amount of liquid mercury inside the tomb." The working theory is that it was intended to represent the rivers and oceans of the emperor's domain, granting him continued dominion in the afterlife. It would also have served as a very effective poison against any would-be tomb robbers. While the archaeological community is largely in agreement on the purpose of the mercury, the text that prompted this investigation proposes a more radical idea, that the presence of mercury could indicate a level of technology far beyond what we consider possible for the time. Some have pointed to alleged, though largely unverified, discoveries of mercury in other ancient sites, like Egyptian tombs or beneath the pyramids of Teotihuacan. This has led to fringe theories suggesting that mercury was a key component in some form of lost, advanced technology, perhaps even of extraterrestrial origin. Archaeologist Dr. James Carter's description is, "From a scientific standpoint, there is absolutely no evidence to support these claims. Mercury has a long history in Chinese alchemy, where it was associated with immortality. Qin Shi Huang himself is believed to have died from ingesting mercury pills, thinking they would grant him eternal life. Its presence in his tomb is a powerful symbol of his obsession, not a sign of alien technology. Beyond the dangers of mercury and the legendary crossbow traps, there are other profound reasons to leave the tomb sealed. The memory of the terracotta warrior's colors vanishing upon exposure to air serves as a stark warning. Historian Dr. Li Mei's description about it is, "We only get one chance to open this tomb. If our current technology cannot guarantee the preservation of whatever is inside, silks, manuscripts, painted surfaces, then we have a moral obligation to leave it for a future generation that can. The tomb has waited 2,200 years. It can wait a little longer." Gesture of respect for the past and an acknowledgement of the limits of our present. For now, research continues, using remote sensing to slowly and carefully map what lies beneath the earth, without ever breaking the seal. The tomb of Qin Shi Huang is more than just an archaeological site. It is a monument to an emperor's ferocious will and a testament to the incredible artistic and engineering prowess of an ancient civilization. The Terracotta Army, in its silent, eternal vigil, reminds us of the power of a single individual to shape history. The greatest secrets of the first emperor may remain locked away, shrouded in earth and legend. But what has been revealed is enough to capture our imagination and fuel our wonder. The silent army stands guard, protecting not only its emperor but also one of the last great unopened doors to the ancient world. A door that, for now, remains tantalizingly, respectfully closed.